Done. I'm not sure if I'll see the truck, so I hate ripping these things out. They're never easy. So I'll just leave it on the post for them, and my paperweight's gone. Although that might be it right there actually. It's a bit hard to see actually, but the truck has just turned up, so I might just leave them to it. There's only two, so it's no biggie. And I'll move these girls. They've got a bit of a big shift today. I'm going to follow them up. I'm going to put them in the race at the cow shed up there, and then I'll go in front of them. I'm going to go all the way sort of through, around there, over the back there, over to the very corner paddock. It's a little bit wet, so put them on there, eat it out now while the weather's still pretty good. There goes the truck there actually, he's just going up the road. There's 2 cows less I've got to feed. Come on! Well, that didn't quite go to plan. They didn't want to come down the hill here. It is quite steep up there. So they're turning around and going the other way. Damn it. Might have to bring them through this paddock here. Ah, well. Come on! Come on, up you go. Come on. Up you go. Happy down here, it gets pretty wet in here. There's not a heck of a lot of good grass, but they're going to do 3 days. So there, here, there, then 2 on the other side of the drain, on the same paddock, just there, and then I've got 4 days over here, so a good week here, and they've even got some mates today. Right next door, some black and whites. I even brought the drain drag over the other day and cleaned out these drains a bit, and you can see the water level was up to there. That was actually last night I did it, so it's dropped that much overnight, which is good to see. Come on, girls. I was saving this paddock for the heifers. I was just going to chuck them in here today, but I thought I needed a paddock for these cows. I was thinking I was going to take them over to the other corner way at the back there, but it's quite hilly and sort of higher country, so they might as well just come in here and chew this low stuff off. I think there's 3 days. I'll get where they're going today, in here 2, and then 3, and then look for somewhere else. Sorry girls, a bit late this morning. I spent probably an hour down here the other day with the drain drag again, and I was just sort of cleaning it out because the water level the other day, it was right up to here on the bank, so it's dropped probably a foot. And when I pulled it out first, like all this stuff I pulled out probably 3 or 4 days ago, so I just came back and hooked stuff since the water level dropped. Like I could probably come back and grab big clumps like that and there, see it's sort of slowing the flow down a little bit, but it's made quite a big difference. Like it's amazing how much water, or the water level has dropped, and there's still quite a bit going through there. Like you can see just down there, the water's flowing pretty fast still. That's the last of the cows fed. I've got to let them go later on, but pretty much sorted. I didn't actually set up any fences for today. I had one fence set up for the heifers, which I did last night, but these other 2 herds I hadn't set anything up, so it took me a little bit longer. It's like 11:30 at the moment. I usually don't finish this late in the morning, but I am pretty keen for a coffee. I went to the field days yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to set up for today as such, but it was cool. It was good having a look around. I met up with some of you guys that watched my videos. It was real awesome to see. Had a picture with the odd person, which was pretty awesome as well, to be honest. So it's real cool meeting you guys. I also priced up a few things. The main thing I sort of wanted to look at was the tow and fert. They have a model called the 1200. It's 1200 litre tank, 3-point linkage sprayer. It's all like hydraulic boom, it's got wave scales on it and everything, so it is pretty cool. Price that up, I think it came at just under 40 at 39 grand, so a little bit more than I thought. I thought it might be around the 30k mark, but yeah, it's pretty expensive, but I'd definitely like to look at possibly doing something with it in the future. I definitely think it's the way that we should probably be going, so yeah, watch this space. I guess it's not going to happen anytime soon, but yeah. Also priced up some PK, or signed a contract for next season. I think this last season the PK price that we signed up to was about 400, I think it was like $403 or $406, and this year it is back to 289, so a massive decrease there, which is really good to see. Made a lot of people happy. Also, fertilizer prices came back overnight, which is or have come back a little bit too, which is awesome. I think urea, I need to go and price it up, but I think it might be under $1,000 a ton now, which is good. Hopefully more prices keep falling. But breakfast time, like I said, I am hanging out for a coffee. Lunch is over, so these girls are on the move. They're all done. It is the 15th today, so we actually start calving, or planned start of calving is about a month from now. So one job that I do need to do, probably when Dad gets back, I think what's he got, another week, so next weekend they're back. After that, I need to pull all the cows into the cow shed, and we need to draft off the earlies and the lates. So what we tend to do is put the cows that are going to calve in the first 3 weeks, we sort of put them in their own group, just so we only have to check calves in 2 lots, which will be them and then the heifers. So I need to do that. That's a job that, well, there's no urgency to do it, but it does need to be done. There's not too much left in the maize stack. The cows actually got in here before, so that's why it's a little bit messy down the bottom here. But I'm almost through to the wall here. It's probably, oh goodness, I don't know, maybe another week's worth of maize here. What I did do last night though is that, see the top's quite yuck up there, sort of the top couple of inches, so I just scraped that off with the tractor and chuck that away, and whatever's under it is beautiful maize. I've been feeding out for about almost 2 weeks, so that's about 14 days, and say if I do get another week's worth, I'm only feeding out 1,000 kilos a day, that's wet weight. That'll bring it up to about 3 weeks, so that's a little bit more than what I was hoping for, which is good, and that means there'll be, so another week from now, the cows will be 3 weeks away from calving. So you don't really want to feed or try and put weight on cows close to calving, because it goes into the calf and not the cow, and that means you can get sort of calving trouble. So that is about perfect to run out then. Plus I wanted to get rid of this. I don't want to keep it through till August, which isn't that far away now, but I just wanted to use it up. But yeah, about another week maybe, I reckon. Not a lot of PK left here either. There's probably like 4 days worth maybe, so they should run out at about the same time. That looks a lot better now. So I've just scraped the top of here while it was nice and dry. It is turning. There was supposed to be a little bit of rain on the way. Over the next couple of days, it's not supposed to be much, but If this gets wet again, then it gets real hard. I think the easiest way to sort of clean this part of the race, because it does get real sort of wet and sloppy and horrible, and it's the most travelled part, is that you let it go dry like it has, real like crusty, and then just scrape it up with a bucket. And I was just sort of flicking it out by the tractor shed then, because then the sort of chooks get in there and break up the clods a little bit. And I also sort of filled a couple of holes in. There's a couple of areas that sort of had holes, so I filled them in, but probably got 5 or 6 buckets out of here. But it'll make it a lot cleaner now. All the water that sort of comes off the hill up here comes straight onto the race, and it comes down the race here, so it doesn't sort of dry out that much. When you're getting a lot of rain, it takes a while, and there's a big edge here too, and you can't really get the bucket in here because of the post. So I did clean this out with the digger a couple of years ago, and you can sort of see the edge that's there now, but it's a lot better. It's almost the end of the day, and I've got a bucket full of rat bait here. I'm just going to go and redo the bait stations, because I reckon there's a few rats around at the moment. I do get asked the question how the rat problem is, and it has improved dramatically, and I think the key to it was just constant baiting. But I haven't put any out for a little while, probably a month, maybe 6 weeks even, and there's just signs of them around, so I've probably left it a little bit long, but you can see they're sort of getting in the side of the pit there, and they always do, because you can't cover it properly. They always get in there. But I noticed this before, which isn't the best, because there shouldn't be this maize. This is definitely from rats. That shouldn't be on top of the cover, because it means that they have buried through. Look at that. I don't actually think they could have got through this mesh, but they certainly have. Look at that. They've torn through it in 3 places, and then through the side of the... Yeah, so that's not the best, but at least it's only in one spot. Plus they've actually been getting in this side as well. Look at that. You can see, oh, you can see all that dirty maize, rotten maize I should say. So it is definitely hard to stop them getting in there, although the easiest way to stop them is if there's none around. So yeah, definitely need to start baiting up again big time. I actually just made these myself. It's not hard, it's just a bit of Nova Flow like that, and then I stick a bit of wire through it. So it is pretty easy, and you can stick the wire through the end, and then 2 bits of bait fit on there pretty nicely, and you stick it. Where's the hole? It's a bit hard finding the hole sometimes, but you stick it through like that, and it's all set to go. And the bottom, see how there's wire coming out the bottom there? That just sticks in the ground to hold the bait in place. This is always a little bit of a hot spot for them down the back here, and they have just been getting in through there where the wall's broken. But I've chucked a couple of stations here. That's 5 have filled up so far, 6 actually, but it probably wouldn't hurt to make a few more and just whack them around the place, because the more of them, the more chances that they're going to eat it. All done. I think I've filled up about 9 of them, so hopefully when I come out tomorrow, it'd be nice if most of the bait was taken, but time will tell. Hopefully over the next couple of days anyway. But that is pretty much it. John's brought his trailer over again, so I'm going to fill that up with wood chip tomorrow. He can take that back, and then should have got through most of the shed over there. He came over, or him and Debbie came over, because they took a couple of the kids to the field days with them. They really enjoyed that, looking around all the machinery and stuff as kids do. But that will pretty much wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up like always, and apart from that, see you next time.